I'll finish just by saying that when you have a great blueprint, that tells you it's time to build. So it's time to build, and let's get going. And now it's my great pleasure to introduce you to someone who's actually started that building process. He's already been engaged in his community with making sure we have better transparency and accountability for some of these technologies. It's my great pleasure to introduce Fabian Rogers. Come on up.
All right, bear with me, guys. This is a first for me. Again, good morning, all. Thank you for being here to launch the blueprint for AI, for the AI Bill of Rights. Again, it's my pleasure to be here. And again, before I share my remarks, I want to thank the White House, Office of Science and Technology Policy, and the Biden-Harris administration, of course, for inviting me to share my experience. Speaking at this moment truly is a humbling experience because my background at first glance is a far cry from many of the experts in this room. But it's just as essential to our national dialogue about these important issues. For me, becoming an advocate has developed out of survival, not necessarily out of a passion. In 2018, in my old neighborhood of Ocean Hill, Brownsville, Brooklyn, New York, shout out to all my friends and neighbors. And hi, Mom. Hi, Al. Pleasure to see y'all. My landlord attempted to install facial recognition technology to place, in place of a key fob system to enter and exit my apartment complex, the Atlantic Towers, rent-stabilized buildings with a predominantly elderly Black woman population. That meant that in order to enter our apartment complex, my neighbors would have to scan our faces. And I felt that this surveillance was a clear violation of my rights and the rights of my community. So we began looking into these technologies. We found that the company behind the facial recognition technology hadn't even done the proper validation studies to measure the accuracy and the efficacy of the heat mapping interface. My old landlord hadn't even bothered to consider my fellow neighbors and I as people to consult on our actual needs and concerns in these buildings. So as we organized, we were dismayed to find that there were no laws that prohibited this activity or gave protections to everyday people like us. This was where my path of advocacy actually began. I saw that it was far too easy for landlords to deploy untested, unregulated, and unsafe technology we didn't want nor ask for, which violated our privacy. I'm proud to say that my fellow neighbors and I were able to thwart my old landlord's attempt at using this unwarranted technology. But the fight could not end here. Even after our landlord abandoned his plans, there were still no meaningful protections on the table for everyday people to rely on. So my path of advocacy took a shift. It moved from looking at housing injustice through the lens of technology to understanding the bigger picture as to what's essential on a national level regarding AI, surveillance, facial recognition, biometric, and machine learning technology. The American people, from tenants like me to people in all other settings, need an AI Bill of Rights. All of us need new, preemptive, and preventative protections as technology continues to innovate, integrate, develop, and be deployed in our lives on a daily basis. The blueprint for an AI Bill of Rights is a historic step forward. It will help communities like mine and people across the country advocate for our rights and safeguard against powerful technologies. So, to introduce the bill for an AI Bill of Rights, it is truly my honor to introduce the Deputy Assistant to the President and the OSTP Deputy Director for Science and Society, Dr. Alondra Nelson.
Thank you. Good morning.